African immigrants are speaking up with gratitude, giving out credit to Black Americans for all the sacrifices that made it possible for all immigrants to vote, to work, to protest, and build a life in the United States. Because without civil rights, many wouldn't be even in the United States. So let's have a look.
Yes, this video is directly to my people from Africa. Yes, I saw a video of a Congolese woman talking down on Black Americans. I saw a video of an African woman talking trash to people who paved the way for you. Do you know how many fights do these people fought for you? Just for you to be where you are today. You understand? Do you know how they marched years back just to be free, and even for us to be free? Yeah, I saw a video of an African saying that why is it that people from Africa, and when they come to America, they easily make it. They make it more than the Black Americans. Someone should answer her. Like, come on. You are from Congo. You are from Congo, and a lot is going on in Congo. If you know that you can actually make it, why did you not stay in your homeland and make it? What is the competition all about? What is the insult all about? I can't get these things right. What is all this competition all about? Let me tell you, yes, we know that Black Americans, yes, their root is from Africa, right? For those of them that will accept, their root is from Africa. But this is their land. This is where they belong. They are from America. You can't come to people's land and be competing with them. You can't come to someone's place and be fighting them. Stop saying all this trash on social media. You Africans, you are doing the most with all this, your careers and everything. Who are you feeding? Are you feeding anyone? Are you feeding any of your friends? Are you even helping these Black Americans? Are you the one helping them? Are you the one taking care of their kids? Are you the one paying their mortgages? Black Americans are very intelligent people, just so you know. If you have ever been with them in class, you will know what I'm talking about. They are not loud. They are just not loud. Why are you Africans that loud when you come to the US? You become a doctor, you become a big deal. You become a lawyer, you become a problem. Do you know how many Black Americans that are doctors that we don't even talk about? The noise is just too much. You guys should be calming down. Be calming down. It's no longer funny from the things we see on social media.
Because African Americans, and I was born in America, so I consider myself that too. It's like they get the brunt of everybody's hatred. Even their own Black people that come, because they're from the islands or whatever, they come and they shit on African Americans, which is on all levels fucked up. Because remember when Amadou Diallo got shot? Amadou got shot 40 times. He was African. You understand? And when you see, when that happened, you go, oh, the police don't know what you are. Black is black to them. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that the cops have to let us know what we are when we can't just join together and be like, hey, I'm black, we're black, we all come from the same root. We got to sit there separating each other, but the cops are popping us all. You feel me? And why does that have to be the equalizer? You know, oh, this African guy got shot. Oh, this Black guy. And Africans cannot talk shit about African Americans because in Africa, the Europeans shit on the Africans. The Lebanese that move into Nigeria that have been there since 40 shit on the Africans. The French shit on the Africans. The Portuguese shit on the Africans. You know what I mean? Africans are shit on daily. The Dutch in South Africa shit on. They call them kafir. Kafir is a word for nigga in South Africa. Kafir, you kafir. They say they shit on us. In India, kala. The Indians live in Africa. Kala. That's the word that the Indians use to call derogatory shit towards black. I mean, come on. Africans coming to America, Caribbeans trying to act like they're better than African Americans is the dumbest shit because most of these Africans and Caribbeans come to America because their countries are fucked up. You see me? Their countries are fucked up, run by black people who are fucked up. So that you have a lot of nerve to come to to America talking shit about African Americans when African Americans are doing mad dope shit. They're leading. I mean, Oprah Winfrey, most powerful woman in entertainment. You got Floyd Mayweather. Relax with that shit. Black women have the most degrees in America. African American women. Nigerians have the highest degrees. Thank you. But you know what I'm saying? So all of that shit means nothing because they all see us as the same. They all see us as the same. Black is black. These motherfuckers need to understand that shit. I don't care if you light. Let me tell you something. White people know if you're black now. You know that, right? No matter how light. You see the albino black people, you see they look like black people. You know? The cops just haven't shot an albino yet. You feel me? But they know, white people know that we're black now, even if you're light skinned. You know why? Because back in the day, you know how you would see pictures of light skinned black people that passed, right? Remember that? They would you would see a person that passed. And then when you look at the picture, you go, they look black to me. But back then, shit was so segregated. White people weren't good at picking out the mixed people because they were never around them. But now that we all intermingle with each other and, people date each other and their kids come out a certain way, they know the different colors. They know the hair grade. They're educated with it by hands-on experience.
I want to give a really big shout out to my Black American counterparts. And here's why. I am descendant of people who are immigrants, particularly from Haiti. Them coming here have made them integrate with people that look like this in this country, right? And the thing is, to the naked eye, somebody who's not familiar with the diaspora, they'll think that people that look like this are all the same. It's not true. The thing is, though, we as immigrants that come to this country, well, I'm not an immigrant, my parents are, they learn from people that look like us. Now, granted, they keep things from their culture, and also they come here and they integrate. It's a natural process that humans do, right? Some easier than others. So we learn a lot from the Black Americans that lived here because those are the communities they put us in to work. And we lived amongst them and we learned a lot from them. All of the cool things that I truly enjoy in life, most of it is because of my proximity to Black Americans. And I'm not saying I'm not black. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying, for those who understand, is that Black Americans, the African diaspora that was already here, they already had a culture, and boy, it was cool. I felt so validated when I was accepted in their community, and so that when I walked someplace, I had this armor of coolness, right? And here's the thing: a lot of people take that, and they didn't in turn reject Black Americans. They called them out their name. They called them lazy. They call them this and they call them that. Despite the hundreds of years that they've set forth a foundation for people to come here to have a better life, right? Amongst other people groups, but I'm talking particularly of Black Americans. That people then in turn make it seem like they're the runts of the group. That is not true. All the coolness that I've adopted is directly from Black Americans. And I can't be more thankful for it. And I will go to bat with anybody that says otherwise about specifically Black Americans. Someone who is of Caribbean descendant from people who are Caribbean immigrants, I can say that I'm eternally grateful for the foundation they laid so that other people groups could be here and understand what it means to be cool, right? And not to say other people aren't cool. I'm just speaking for the African diaspora that's already here, because us as Caribbean descendant people have been integrated with them and we get called the same as them. And in many ways we are the same. In many ways we're not the same, but in many ways we share the same history. It's interwoven. And so to say anything negative about them is to say something negative about anybody, and it's not fair to pick on that group. Because quite frankly, if you ain't cool, you ain't cool.
Okay, so I don't know about other African immigrants, but When I was in Kenya, I went to uni and I got a bachelor's in communication and media. I looked for a job and ended up getting a job in a betting company, making $130 a month. Not even enough to pay rent. And then I won a green card lottery and I came to the US. And now I make enough money to feed my kids, feed myself, pay my bills, pay my rent, send money home for my parents, for my sisters to pay their rent, and for them to eat, and I'm still comfortable. And for that, I'm not thanking the US government. I am thanking African Americans, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be here in the first place. Plain and simple.
The Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of a bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is right next to him.
Right, yeah.
So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like,
Right.
being hung, lynched. Jim Crow,
Right.
from slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes.
Right.
You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Black excellence.
Black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did because a white woman lied. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but you imagine, just like colonization in Africa, but imagine everywhere you go, someone is running you out of town. Someone's trying to kill your son from going to school.
Africans come here looking to us to be skin folk. They already got a deal, you know, with the discrimination of being an immigrant, and then they look to black people for comfort, black Americans for comfort, and they don't get none. That is what you need to be focused on before you as a black person try to open your mouth against other groups of people of color. It's already disheartening to receive discrimination from everybody else who is not black. But when you look to your own people who are so far removed from their culture and you look to them for comfort and they treat you like dirt too, it's a different type of disheartening. You know, Africans don't have to come here and help us advance our medicine, advance our skills. Goes back to the Gorilla Glue lady. Okay, an African doctor was the one who saved her hair. He used simple olive oil and some other natural ingredients to remove that glue from her hair. So the least that we can do when Africans come here is be way more kind and inviting to them instead of being so discriminatory.
Africans, in fact, African immigrants, see, stay clear, stay off the parts of African Americans, because some of you do not understand their history. No matter how we that came from Africa try to understand, we will never understand. So stay off. Like this Oluburuku in London, Madame Joyce, stay off. You do not understand. I'm talking from the point of view that me, after my 2 years of African American history in high school, 3 years to get my law degree, I took African American history, and 2 years in graduate school, I still took African American history. And when I moved to the States, I still took African American history. I still do not understand those people's plight, but I can sympathize from within. But one thing is certain, and two things for sure in America: when you come here as a black person, they will give you the same treatment they give our black brothers. So when some of you come to debunk and say, oh, you do not understand the Super Bowl performance, the Super Bowl halftime performance, you don't supposed to understand because you're not from here. It's their culture. They knew what they were seeing and they enjoyed it. So stay clear. But let me tell you one thing. In America, right, people that look like us Africans that come here, one thing we fail to understand, that people look like us and look like our brothers, our African American brothers and sisters. When the police pull you over, they judge you based on this. So stay clear, stay off if you do not understand anything that concerns them. Support them, but do not come to debunk them. Some of you do too much. I feel like the only African country that really understand the African American plight is South Africa, because they have the same kind of history, similar history. But apart from any other African country, stay off. You guys do too much, especially Cameroon and Nigeria. You do too much.
For a very long time, there has been a quiet divide between African immigrants and Black Americans. And this divide was fueled by misinformation, some of it by survival instincts, and some of it by a system that benefits when Black people stay separated instead of united. But what you are seeing today is humility and truth. African immigrants are stepping forward and saying, we recognize the ground we are standing on. We recognize who bled so we could belong. And we recognize that the rights we exercise today, we are not handed out freely. They were fought for. When Black Americans fought against segregation, lynching, voter suppression, legalized racism, they are not just fighting for themselves, but they were fighting against a system that denied basic human rights based on race. And at that fight, it reshaped America's laws. It changed immigration policy. It opened doors for education, employment, housing, and political participation. And that's why you see immigrants. They can be elected in office, in America today. So the civil rights movement did not just expand freedom for Black Americans only. It redefined freedom in America. So when African immigrants come to the USA and they are able to work legally, to vote, to protest injustice, to access public institutions, to challenge discrimination, those rights exist because Black Americans refuse to accept second-class citizenship. And acknowledging that truth, it is not weakness, it is integrity. African immigrants acknowledging and giving out credit to Black Americans is not about guilt. It is about respect. It is about rejecting the harmful narratives, that put Black people against each other. The narrative that says one group worked harder, one group is more disciplined, and one group deserves more. That narrative was never organic, It was planted, and it was profitable for everyone except Black people. And at this moment is healing for Black Americans because for generations their sacrifices have been minimized, dismissed, or even erased. So this moment restores dignity. But here's the most important part. Recognition must lead to solidarity. Honoring Black Americans does not mean staying silent when they're being targeted. It means standing with them when their voting rights are threatened, when they're being dehumanized, or when they are talked bad about. So if African immigrants and Black Americans can unite at this point of truth, gratitude, and mutual respect, then something powerful is possible, not competition, not comparison, but collective strength. Because history has shown us again that when Black people are divided, the systems of power, they remain comfortable. But when Black people unite, the systems are forced to change. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.